Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. So I am Ask Indigo, and you're watching. Let's talk about it. Okay, so today is going to be a collective read, kind of reading the energy, seeing what I feel, um, entering into the new cycle of the eclipse. A lot of crazy things are going to be happening. We're having a alignment of the planets. We're having a solar lunar eclipse. We're having a devil's comet, aka wormwood. Um, and the reason for them calling it the devil's comet is because it has horns. Um, but if anybody knows anybody that knows anybody knows that this is this is something else. And it's green, so like that if anybody knows anything, you're gonna know that this is prophecy, like at the end of the day. Um, and so what does all this craziness gonna be? Outside of that, like we have the, the conspiracy's favorite thing to know about. Oh my gosh, here goes my headphones. Oh, yes, you guys can still hear me. Okay, cool. So outside of like the alignment and outside of us having a solar lunar eclipse, we're gonna have a comet and them turning on the CERN. The CERN will also be turned on that day. And I guess the government's planning on doing something with some rockets or something like that. But that's just word of mouth. I did research, so go do your research. Don't take it from me, but also we'll see. So here we go. Just keep your energy up and keep it aware and have attention to what's going on to the world, because if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be, oh my god, lost. You're not even going to know what's coming. So many things. They're not even telling us we're at war right now, which is a trip. We're at war right now, even though they're not talking about it. And okay, we'll see. Ooh. So let's just shuffle you because you're being complicated right now. Cool. So anybody tuning in, I'm doing a collective read for the energy going into this eclipse. Um, what's going on. What we're gonna rock and roll and talk about what's going on and see what the energy is looking like going in and how it's gonna affect people and you know what it might do. And I mean, there's a lot of things that it's gonna start doing. Like with this eclipse, this eclipse is also gonna affect the weather. This eclipse is gonna it, this eclipse is gonna affect the water, the weather, the atmosphere, the energy, the humble, the kumbaya. Like right now, the energy in the atmosphere is like trying to balance itself out. So that's another reason why like the animals are acting weird, and there's like a lot of things happening in the planet, and it's opening up the planet, or should I say like the veils falling, lifting, confirmation. It's there's something happening in the energy that it's moving and it's humming at a frequency that is at the beyond the speed of light. And that energy right now is like a lot of people are in that wave of kumbaya, and then you have a lot of people right now that are in a wave of like lost and confused and like having a really hard time getting through life. And that's all based off, like how you live your life. Eh, I was kind of smart to put that in there. So I have a card in here that I put in here because I didn't want to write on it. And it says identity, time frame, lessons. Um, I don't want to say that word on here. When some, non-existent anymore on planet. Location, trauma, faith, love. Yeah, and back to identity. And then it's like blank slates and stuff like that. I like that one. I like this card because it's like it helps me to explain like when it comes to something that's happening in someone's life, like I'm not it's hard to explain like what I am and what I do because when I see images in my vision, I see them in a way that I see a distorted canvas. And I partially see like what's going on and I partially see like what's happening in someone's life. So I get glimpses like a projector, like an old-fashioned black and white movie. That's how I kind of see like my visions, and that's the best way I can kind of describe the way my visions work. It's like working off a blank canvas type of a situation. So I like this card because it's kind of like, I don't know, like it could be anything in your life. Like anything that's happening in your life, it could be anything. And it could affect anything. And this kind of just helps me to identify like what is it that I'm feeling or where is it that I'm trying to feel what I'm feeling. Um and then it helps me to see what I see in a clearer vision. Because the one thing I have explained to my people around me that do understand me because they've been around me for so long. Like when I see spirit or when I feel spirit, it's in a way where that like I'm so in tune with myself that I can literally hear the different things that happen in my body separately. And that lets me know that I'm in tune with myself in a way that in a way that I'm self-aware of myself, and that like everything that I need is based on like what I can see, sense, hear, and feel within myself because I'm aware of myself. And if I'm aware of myself, then I know what I need. And if I know what I need, then I know what I need to do for my body and for my mind and for my spirit and for like, the necessary things in my life to be what it is and whatever it needs to be. Now, when we're coming into the energy of this atmosphere, we'll see. Because are people in tunes? Are the energies in tunes? Are we as a collection, in tunes? I'm sorry for a lot of the stuttering, guys. I'm really tired, and when I'm tired, I kind of like I stutter a bit. I have been kind of today's kind of been the just this is my thing day. It's my work day, and I kind of cram a lot of things in, especially when it comes to energy. But that's what you do. And then I take a nice, wonderful bath, and I move on with life. And on to the next person I have to heal. Okay, I think that's enough shuffling. You're gonna stay over there. What's the energy? Whoa. Okay. Oh, you said put it down. Okay, cool. Oh, all these cards are well, a lot to say, huh? And I was feeling that as I was walking over here because I was like, I man, the energy I was feeling, I was like, I wanted to throw up. I wanted to my heart palpitations, breathing heavy. Like I was like, oh my gosh. And then like I was getting crowded. Whenever I feel like that is like a crowded feeling of energy. And so what yeah, so when I feel like that, my body literally responds to it, to where I'm like breaking out in hives and stuff sometimes, and it's crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me put on my glasses because it is late. I'm tired. I cannot see. What is this energy universe? What is it? What is it looking like? What is it looking like? Well, people are manifesting, but they're also sorcery going on at the same time. Like, okay, so like, right. So manifestation is sorcery. There's a lot of things going on right now when it comes to energy. We are working on a frequency. And energy can be manipulated. This also could stand for the negative side of things, because this can also be like someone wishing bad karma, or someone doing bad karma, or someone simply just wanting negative for someone else. So like when you think of this, you think of like, magic, sorcery, sorceress, like sorcerer or sorcerer or sorceress. It's a man or woman, either one of the spectrum, and they want to go and create a reality. So someone in your life is right now trying to create a reality. Okay, so where are we going? That's the question. Okay, so somebody wants to play a role of, they want to like control something, or they want to like be the navigator. Like, you know how, like, when you're on the boat and somebody's got to paddle or steer the old boats, it's kind of like that. Like, they want to be the one that kind of controls the scenario. Confirmation. um okay. Yeah, so somebody want is trying to play games right now. Somebody's trying to, and then they're trying to use the energy. They're over here trying to use the energy to to be the sorcerer, the sorceress in your life. Um Somebody's over here trying to control things. They're tripping. Somebody tripping. Oh, they don't like you because you're beautiful. Town beauty and beauty. And then ooh, so this could possibility. This is a possibility that this person is from a past life that came back and reincarnated into a new life with you again. And you're beautiful. You got to be like, or he, like, you could be really handsome, but um it's saying beauty. So like you could be really beautiful, looking really good, and people admire you. So okay, so far, though, going into this new moon, into this new moon, new phase, new cycle, it seems like there is people that don't know how to listen or understand, and there's a lot of jealousy. It's kind of funny. And all this is confirmation. I know you guys hear this notifications going off, which is crazy. But Age of Atlantis, and they want to go on a crusade. So this could be a past life that came back into this new life, and they're trying to they're trying to, because I heard keep hold, which showed me the boat again with somebody trying to like steer the boat and control the boat. So you got to be a good person too. You could have red hair or like reddish brown hair. It's crazy. Um, but you're the town beauty, so you could be a good looking person, and you have somebody who's jealous of your lifestyle right now, or your life going into this new moon, this new cycle, the new. world existence, frequency, illusion. The You're breaking from the matrix, and like in the collective you guys are like breaking out of the matrix, and you're like beginning to see the reality for like what it is. Like you're finally beginning to like be self-aware of understanding that like when you start to pay attention to yourself and yourself starts to notice things about itself, it starts to do certain things. And so and you're start questioning those things by like saying like, okay, well, my body's talking to me and I feel weird, right? And then it like it'll force you to go and do things, or it'll force you to go and write because you're finally in tune with like the energy that is inside of you, which is freaking you, man. And that energy is the biggest parasite of your body, which is your nervous system, which is you. And you poison that thing every day with putting heavy metals in it, and oh my gosh, it's so bad. But the energy going into this new moon, full moon spectrum, man, is crazy because it's like that energy is so at a high. So what's happening in the world is like the world's going through a frequency balancer right now. There's a battle between like the 144 frequency and the like 144 like vibe that is supposed to bring in the take away the one third of whatever this energy is, and half of it's gonna go to like this like purgatory type weird matrix reality, and then the other part is gonna go towards like a uplifted bougie reality. It's not bad, but it's just like, that's the best way to describe it. But the energy is just gonna be so different. And it's crazy because when you think of like Mandela effects, it's kind of like that, but like not really like that. It's more like it's like an energy that, man, it's crazy because like the energy is like you have those that are like lost and confused and going through things, and then you have those that are like uplifted and doing the right things and has the right stuff going on in their lives, and they're both kind of like on the same plane. And then it's like a matrix, like there's a veil between like the purgatory existence and the Garden of Eden existence. I want to say, in a way, like I don't know how to say it. I mean, that's how it shows. So like when it comes to like this new energy going into like this new era, that it's showing that the sorcerer and the sorceress doing this magic, and to the town beauty. So if you're a beautiful person with a beautiful lifestyle and beautiful energy, and you're just a beautiful person to other people, then this person doesn't like you because they don't like that about you, especially in a time right now. So you have to watch it right now too, because of this new moon and this eclipse happening. This is a portal opening where that if they wanted to do something really like negative or using some kind of like negative energy towards you, they can actually try to get in where they fit in and shoot their shot if they aim it right. Um so that means like if you're eating wrong, change it. If you're not keeping up with good healthy habits, stop doing certain things. Certain things like right now, like because the energies they're trying their last they're shooting their last shot. Dang. Oppression and trauma. And then it says like Hiroshima, World War. Oh my gosh. So the energy so far right now. So now it's like they hate you. Okay, so collective going into this new energy. You already got craziness happening right now. So there's people behind the scene. This could even be government, man. Like, if we're reading energy realistically, yeah, there's big possibility. So there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scene when it comes to the way things look, perceive. Like town beauty can also make me feel like the way things look like right now, what you see and what you hear and what you are exposed to, like on everything right now. Even like what I'm doing right now, like but everything, like um to watch it because that energy is also like really, really tricky right now. So I would be like fasting tonight. Like after a certain time, don't eat nothing, don't drink nothing. A lot of you might be getting headaches or feeling like irritation with your skin. A lot of you could be having like heart palpitations and stuff going on with your heart. That's another thing. This is making me feel like, yeah, so it's like it's showing like, right. This person could even have wished like, man, this person wished more than war. So just imagine what they were thinking. I'm not even gonna talk about what they were thinking. Oh my gosh, because just like by look, I can just imagine. Oh my gosh, no. So town beauty, right? So this can, if we're thinking about it in people's collective lives, this could be, that people are not liking ascension. A lot of us in the collective are definitely having some kind of ascension, and somebody wants to wage war with you. And man, and it could be female because just the way it looks, it's like the energy. Like this person is projecting the energy of hatred. Like, let's really look at these cards. Okay, I want a good. Okay, so this one is magic, and then it's got like a orb in the center, and then there's town beauty, right? So it's like a projection of energy. Like she's projecting a whoever this redhead is projecting energy. Like they're raging war like to Hiroshima, like war, like dang, like that, like you raging war on me. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Like when you see that, like that's energy being projected by a female with red hair, and she's raging war. She's like raging war. That is raging war. Somebody is raging war. Because magic, town beauty, and raging war. They Hiroshima World War. Oh my gosh, somebody hates you. Collective. Oh my god. No, that just means, jealousy. That can also just mean, right now with everything that's happening in the world, you know, um, you know, there's a lot of things happening in the world that they're not telling us. Nature worship, pantheon. Okay, so right, a lot of us are being asked at this time, like Spirit Collective is asking, like at this time, especially right now, going into this eclipse, straight up. So it's like to start calming down on the foods and the snacking and start drinking more water, fasting, um, sleep comfortable tonight. A lot of you probably gonna start. I'm telling you, getting headaches and like feeling weird, probably having bowel problems. I'm sorry, y'all. Take some Tum Tum Tums. That though. Somebody is ticked off. Okay, the energy right now is like it's really like distorted and crazy right now. Like people are having issues mentally, like they're delusional, or somebody's raging insanity on you. Like somebody. Okay, so there's two things that's happening right now. So like for people, and then for the actual energy of this the cycle. So like in people in general, like a lot of the collective are getting attacked by those that are at a low vibration, and they're trying to keep others back. But at the same time, there's a level up. And so the planet is going through some kind of a level up, and is uplifting energies and people, and bringing them to like the new world, the motherland. um we're not going anywhere. It's kind of just like a Mandela effect. It's like this a matrix. It's like where the veils fall, and we begin to see like there's actually two sides of this, and then you got to choose your side. Well, that's a free will. That's your soul. The mark of the beast is here, and the hand of the head is, the hand in the head is here. So choose, pick your side, choose your poison, pick your poison. A reverend. So there's gonna be a lot of rebellion against religion, because it's an age of discovery, because now we're in an age of discovery. We're like in like a golden age. So now that's actually fun. Thank you, spirit. Like how you mentioned that. So religious devotion, reverent, age of discovery. So right, we're in a time of like, right. So there's a battle of like religions right now, and there's a battle of like beliefs and understanding. Okay, to burst anybody's bubble, bibliology and religion go hand in hand. All the monuments out there, that's proof of our religion. But they're not going to tell you that. But the Vatican would, maybe not. Um, but then, it your reality and what they're telling you in the collectives, and the reality in people's lives right now is a lot of hatred. But people are going to start to realize that there's a distortion. There's a distortion because there's a matrix. There's a veil between reality and non-reality. Things that are happening and things not happening. People used to get mad at me when I used to say all the time, I live in a real world. I don't know where you live at. I live in a real world too. Maybe you don't understand what I mean by that. What I mean by that is I live in a world where I see beyond America, beyond our understandings of religion, of history, of science, of numbers, of words. I like to know, technology. I like to know a lot of things. So I'm into a lot of different areas. And I know a lot of different things in a lot of different areas based on what I need and what I'm interested in. And then that it gets me in tune to other things. And then, like, I've always been an observant child that can see, sense, hear, and feel things that I didn't understand what they were for a really long time. And then I used to like the cartoons that Peter Pan in a way that's kind of like what that energy was. Um but when I started to go to church, I started to learn more and more like what all that was that I was feeling and seeing and sensing. And then it kind of started to play part, because the things that I was already seeing in my life and in my childhood was all kind of connected to this anyways. So I was like, okay, so it's kind of not different. Okay, cool. Church is kind of like the same thing, whatever, a little bit, except for they don't do certain things, that my family does. um, but it's pretty much the same thing. And so the beliefs are the same, sort of. Um, how people's interpretation of what it is are different. Um, you got to look at regions, colonies, where the part of the world you're at. Like we all see what we see different, but we all understand it hopefully in the same way. If it's positive, of light and good and great and motivative and pushing forward, then we're good. And if it's not, then that's a low vibration. But that's another thing when it comes to government. So that's why I like this deck too, because this deck's gonna like be it. It tells you like legit like where exactly it's coming from. So it snitches. So right now it's saying, yeah, reverent. So and age of discovery. Like people right now, things right now, the delusions and of what people are seeing right now in the world and what's really happening. Like we're really at war. We're really okay. So when I say war, like we're in all kinds of types of wars you could think of, not just physical war. We're dealing with mental wars, spiritual wars, physical wars, hypothetical wars. What kind of wars you talking about? Um, and so people are kind of going through it right now in the masses. But at the same time, you still got sources, people showing up and saying, "Hey, I need you to stand up. My team, my armor team that I've been building up to this point, I need you to now get in there and I need you to go towards, the finish line and start pushing those energies out, lifting the energies up cuz in science, cuz if you're a person that understands a lot of everything. So energy and science and numbers and like constellations and like all of that, it goes hand in hand. And for anybody that want to come to me with the bubble thumping, Bible thumping, please sit down because they even talk about the constellations in the Bible, starting with Big Bear. If you don't go sit your right, so because I felt energy for the Bible thumpers. Uh, right, because they talk about constellations and crystals and herbs and spices, remedies, this, that, and the other. And if they don't go sit down somewhere, um, so right now the masses they're having issues in the collective and the energy too, because the energy is also okay. Outside of people going through this craziness right now with like first you got to think of personal life. People are going through it right now because you have people who are envious of your level ups and your positive outcomes and the great things that you're doing in your life for the people on the positive side of energy. Because I read energy. So on the positive side of energy, anything that's positive or uplifting, that's the stuff that's like helping you to like, get uplifted and get you to where you need to be. Everybody on the low level of energy though, ooh, I feel sorry for you. If you're a high vibration, you're good. If you're a low vibration, you're bad. Not bad, but like bad things are not gonna happen in your life that's supposed to be good. Because if it's bad, it's gonna get bad. Bad actions give you bad results. Good actions give you good results. And a lot of us, right? A lot of us are in our age of discovery. We should be in our middle ages by now, and age of discovery. So like we also go through milestones, and so as we get older, we start to learn things and we start to discover things and we start to understand things within ourselves. Those are the times when you gotta like get it together and realize certain things in your lives that make you want to change and level up to this energy. Like there's too much of this energy here where it feels like people are really jealous and raging war on so many different people, and this is just energy, and then if you look at the things that they're trying to do to us in the real world, so not only are you looking at your life in a personal level and then looking at your life in like a physical level, like the things that you're already going through and then the things that are happening in the world, and then you got to live your life in the world. And then you gotta act like you know what you're doing in the world, trying to live your life without the craziness. That's hard to do. And then you got people that want to come and interfere and then rage word at you because you're doing better or at a better level than they are in. That's crazy. But spirit like definitely is encouraging like to go into nature. So like go enjoy the I wouldn't say go enjoy the eclipse, but like definitely like tune in to watch it and at least receive the energy of it, or at least go outside and get at least some of whatever is going on. Um and enjoy that energy, but at the same time the collective energy, um a lot of people are going to be trying to dibble dabble in the energy doing bad stuff, and unfortunately somebody might end up losing their mind as well. Someone is also like, if you're not like, well, obviously it's cold. Well, okay, so it's cold where I'm at, so I don't see butterflies. But for those that are, tuning in that are in other places, if you're seeing butterflies right now, like that's an indication that like you're humming at a frequency that's attracting. I don't know why I seen that. Okay, so like flies to poop. Like you're attracting flies to poop right now because, you know, because you're doing good right now. And the energy is like it's like 50-50. Like you have people leveling up and people falling down, because there's a split of purgatory and garden of eden type of a scenario going on when it comes to the energy. But that's the matrix thing right now. That's like the veil thing going on right now. That's the one half of the population, um outside of the rapture, that's gonna happen. And then that's another thing, like people, okay. So I ended up having a vision. I'm gonna tell you what these are in a second. Okay, a bunch of them fell. So I ended up having this vision where like a bunch of people were on an island, and they can all see each other, like somebody had the lights on, and they were all looking around at each other like, what? What are we doing here? um like, who are all you people type of situation. But when they looked up, it was a voided black sky. Like there was nothing there. There was no star, nothing. And then the only thing that was up there was this big ball of light that was on the left. And this big ball of light that was on the left was like the only thing that was lighting up everyone. It was lighting up everyone, everything, everyone. It was the craziest thing. And it felt warm and loving and affectionate. It was like the craziest thing, man. And I see it so like vivid. And the only thing that I felt like that could be that was showing me was like, and when I told my grandmother what this was, my grandmother was like, that's where the meeting place is. When we all get ready to meet up, it's gonna be like that. It's the craziest thing. So um I don't think that that's gonna be something that's a big, like an existing thing. But I do think that like when it's time for our family and everyone to get ready to go, like our like this is our last run here on this plane. And and the energy's been very like, so we sign contracts before we get here. And those contracts, and you go look it up, and every single book, including the existing book that y'all gonna try to throw at me, because I ain't trying to hear it. That we signed up to be here, whether we want to or not. We signed up to be here, and we signed up. We went to war. So Thank you, spirit. So we went to war. Good. This good. Right. So we went to war and and back for ourselves. We had to teach ourselves. We had to learn how to be human, how to be existent, how to understand what it is to be humble and knowing of self, and to be loving and generous and honest and obedient. Like, in order for us to be perfect, we had to know first what it felt like to be imperfect. So that means that we had to go through a void. We had to go from birth to death, which is for us birth, because we had to come through the void to be alive. Um and a lot of us are going through that, like a life phase, like we're going through like an ascension, a birth. Late ages, victim, watcher, guardian. So someone plays victim. Someone, okay, someone, oh my gosh. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute, because boy, what I see is crazy. Hunty. It's about to get crazy. Then we're gonna put it over there. Right. Okay. Collective and reality. Because you see you also see what is going on in the world right now too, with all this craziness with the celebrities. That's all the distraction. They're distracting you because they don't want you to know that you're in war right now, and that the bad guys are at our back door, and they're about to hit us with something so big we don't even know what to do with it. And we're not. A lot of us are not even prepared. I didn't say I wasn't prepared. I just said a lot of us were not prepared. Um. mm, wow. Right. 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 Ooh. Right. Right. Ooh. Ooh. Collective. Ooh. Collective. Oh, collective. When we talking about government, huh? Hunting. So first, so I'm thank you, spirit. So first, the first section was about people. It was about the us as a collective, like what we're dealing with. But now it's looking at like what's going on in the world. So we got victim and watcher or guardian, extraterrestrial, and then we got branding, and then they're using a form of burning it. So right, ooh man, ooh that makes me feel, ooh that made me feel crop circle. Ooh, we're victims of branding, lawmaker and imprisonment. Ooh, judgment is here. Ooh, judgment is here. Ooh, judgment is here. Judgment is here. Ooh, my heart even felt something funny when I said that. Judgment is here. Oh my gosh. Judgment is here. Judgment day is here. So spirit is basically saying, can't play victim now. Sure. Mm. Somebody getting karma. Somebody getting karma. It's not good, collective. And there's gonna be a lot of craziness coming out. Okay, so that's another thing. Okay, so on the personal level, somebody about to get some kind of an imprisonment, lawmaker imprisonment. Somebody going to jail. Somebody gonna go to spiritual jail, mental jail, physical jail, lawmaker imprisonment, imprisoner. Somebody in jail, imprisoner, impri- imprison. No, somebody's in jail. Somebody's in jail. Imprisonment, right? Somebody's in jail. Lawmaker, branding. Somebody act right. Somebody try to say something or do something, but that's also in the government too. Like, because it's also showing like physical things are happening in the world too. Like, there's a lot of stuff happening right now with the law and the government and extraterrestrial things. We're gonna be a victim of some stuff too, but we're also being protected at the same time. It's we're at war. That's just all indication of war. And the fact that I even see this car with extraterrestrial just tells me that if you see UFOs and stuff in the sky and if people start disappearing, that's not you. They're not getting abducted. That's the rapture. I don't care what anybody's saying. And that's the whole reason why they're focusing on the celebrities right now, because that says celebrity. It says accomplishment, celebrity, and somebody accomplished whatever they were trying to do. Somebody's running away because they lack self love. The lesson with self love is love, and somebody failed. Dang. Weapons and development. Somebody's trying to raise war. Oh my gosh. There's craziness going on in this world right now. Collective. You got haters, but at the same time you're nurturing yourself and you're loving on yourself. So as long as you keep yourself at a high vibration, you're gonna be good. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the government too, and a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. Um, there's gonna be a lot. You're gonna start noticing a lot of people getting locked up, a lot of people disappearing, a lot of okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so this is a it says extraterrestrial, and then it said watcher and guardian. So that's another thing, like imprisonment. Like there's gonna be a lot of people disappearing, and for some reason there's just gonna be a mass thing of people we're gonna think are locked up or just missing. And no, man, there's something going on in the world that's actually happening. Like people are like blipping out of the timeline. With my head even hurts as I say that, dude. I can't make it up. So I'm gonna kind of leave there. The energy is weird. It's a lot of craziness going on. It's a lot of craziness going on in your lives too, and there's a lot of craziness going on in the collective. And in everything that's happening in the world right now. Um, I would say like prepare yourselves, prepare your families. If you ain't got like water, I would expect you guys to go and get some food and water right now before it's too late, and pretty much go from there. And some candles, and that's the only thing I can think of. Y'all gotta lead on your discernment, man. It's about to get crazy in the next 24 hours. A lot of us are not ready for this craziness. They're planning something. I don't want you guys to not be prepared. So outside of you having haters, there's real stuff happening in the world where they're not telling us. Um, and they're gonna blame it on other things, but that's not what the story is. It's a lot deeper than that. Um, yeah. And the fact that UFOs, right? How they've been talking about UFO sightings for how long now, right? There's people gonna be disappearing, and they're gonna be like, "What happened to these people? They abducted them." No, that's the rapture. Remember that story that you said didn't exist? That one, that's happening. Remember the stuff you said never would never happen? Yeah, that's what's happening. It's crazy. A lot of craziness gonna start happening in the world. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. My energy is completely depleted now. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my night. Be self-observant of self, and I hope that you guys all kind of do the same. Love yourself in the new energy that we're in. Bye, guys. Ask Indigo was out. Let's talk about it.